Yeah, I think the line of scrimmage is a big deal, and I saw firsthand, with Tyler and Dorrance and Dante, what they could do and how they could affect the game. And so I knew having some people along those lines to maybe look around the corners as I was just getting started. Hey, what Dan's trying to say here might be X, Y, or Z. And then the addition of Noah as well, was somebody that, although we didn't spend years together, I did get a sense of like what the worker was, the competitor was. He really just wanted a chance to compete. And that's, something that he knew he would get the opportunity with us here, saying that was going to be kind of the central theme of what we were going to do. So that's kind of the backstory there. Start off by just acknowledging, man, I'm really excited to get our team back to a normal practice schedule. And that's important for us. The individual skill work, the competition periods at practice, good on good, and the execution, all three phases working at full speed. So that's a big deal for us.
Micah's a game changer. Everybody knows that. Everybody sees that. They move him around so he can impact the game in different ways. He might move from a three technique to rush in, stand up, might stand straight up over the center. So they move him around a lot to get him on some matchups. But, you got to always be aware of a guy like that. You don't let game records wreck the game. So obviously we got to go out there and identify where he's at, but we got to go out there and execute our game plan too. I'll just say practice is very important, especially in our sport. You practice more than you play, so the constant chase to get better and grow, that's comes with practice reps. So you fail in practice, and stuff like that. So I think it's very important that we go out there and practice.
Moving on to the injury report, we have 3 guys that did not practice today: Nick Bellore, Zach Ertz, and Marshawn Lattimore. Now, those are only 2 real DNPs because Zach Ertz, he has an off day every Wednesday, so he's going to be fine. Nick Bellore, this knee injury, he has been out since, I want to say, the Steelers game or the Giants game, since that knee injury. So it may be a little more serious than we thought, especially, with us having the mini bye. I thought that he would be able to get right, but he did not practice today. Maybe he goes back out there tomorrow or Friday, but by the looks of it today, he may not be playing for Sunday's game against the Cowboys. And then Marshawn Lattimore didn't practice again today. That's not a surprise. I said it 2 days ago on Monday. He's probably not going to play. I wouldn't be surprised if he practiced either tomorrow or Friday, maybe to try and ramp him up a little bit. And then next week, when it's Titans week, we will get ready to play him. He'll practice a little bit more, maybe on a limited basis all week, and then he'll play. But to be honest, if you're going to play him against the Titans, if you're going to have him make, our debut or his debut against the Titans, you might as well wait after the bye and wait until the Saints game, week 15, where it'll be his revenge game, right? So, that's just my idea. Maybe they bring him back this week. There's a chance. It's not a huge chance, but there's a chance. But they're most likely going to bring him back next week against the Titans or maybe after our bye week. So we'll see. And then Cleveland Farrell, Noah Igbenogany, Ben Sinnott, Austin Seibert, they were all limited today. Austin Seibert obviously still dealing with that right hip injury. DK said today that he'll practice today, which he did, and he'll practice tomorrow, as in Thursday. And then on Friday, they'll really assess how he's feeling, how he's looking. And then if he looks good, if he feels good on Friday, then he'll be good to go for Sunday's game versus the Cowboys. So, Zane Gonzalez has been doing a really good job, but it really would be nice to get our kicker back in Austin Seibert. And then everybody else, Dorrance Armstrong, Javonte John Baptiste, his window was activated today or open today. So I think he'll play this week. If not this week, then maybe versus the Titans next week or after the bye. But he was a full participant today, which is really good. And then Jordan McGee, as well as, like I said, Cleveland Farrell, Noah Igbenogany, and Ben Sinnott, they were either full or limited today. Moving on to the Cowboys' injury report, you have Deron Bland, Tyler Guyton, and Chuma Egdoba. I hope I pronounced his name right. Those were the only 3 guys for them that practiced in full today. Deron Bland, he's still technically on IR, but his window was opened a couple weeks ago. They said that he wouldn't play versus the Texans on Monday night, which he didn't, but the following week against the Commanders is when he will most likely be activated off of IR and play. So he's probably going to be activated versus us, which, shouldn't affect the outcome of the game in any way. Deron Bland obviously is a really good cornerback, led the NFL in interceptions last year, but this is a game that we should win, and I feel like we will win. So even if Deron Bland does play, shouldn't affect us too much. Brandon Cooks, his window was open today. He was limited today. If I had to guess, I don't think he plays this week. However, they might bring him back next week. Maybe they just want to, get him ramped up this week and then bring him back next week or the week after. But, we'll see with him. And then Jake Ferguson, he suffered a concussion versus the Texans on Monday night. He did not practice today. He's probably not going to play. With concussed guys, if you don't practice on the first day of the practice week, then you're probably not going to be playing on game day. So Jake Ferguson probably not going to be playing for the Cowboys, which is a huge loss for them. But that is really good for us. Another weapon that we don't have to worry about. Tyler Guyton, he was a full participant, like I said. And then Eric Hendricks, CeeDee Lamb, Jordan Lewis, they were all limited today. Marshawn Kneeland, he might not go this week because his window was just open. So maybe they just want to ramp him up this week. Same thing with Brandon Cooks. Bring him back next week, but we'll see. Maybe he does play this week. And then as for the rest of their DNPs, Hunter Luke P. I hope I pronounced his name right. Zach Martin, Tyler Smith, that's their 2 starting guards right there. So if they're without both their starting guards, it could get real ugly for them. Their starting offensive line is already beat up. It's already not great. So having both of your guards out for the game, that would be really, really bad. And Martin and Smith, they were DNPs today. We'll see if they practice tomorrow and Friday, but just based off today, their likelihood, their chances of playing on Sunday, not very high. And then Nick Vigil, he did not practice today with a foot injury. We'll keep an eye on him throughout the week, obviously, but he didn't practice today, and maybe he doesn't go on Sunday, but we'll see. So that is really it for today's injury report. DQ said in his press conference today that we were able to get back to having full speed practices, which is really good. Obviously, we weren't able to have it last week versus on Eagles week because it was a short week. So with the guys all rested up, those 10 days really helped, and we're able to have full speed practices again, which is really, really good. So that is it for today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Comment down below if you are worried or concerned about any of the guys on the Commanders injury report for today. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.